for their customers and provides assistance when troubleshooting. The LED on the 3-button control station and the MAS LED on the logic board will notify your customer when maintenance is due by blinking once every 2 seconds. Note: in order for the 3-button station LED to function, an extra wire must be run to the 3-button station. Maintenance can be scheduled in 3 ways, based on the number of cycles in increments of 5,000, based on the number of months in 3-month increments, or based on a combination of cycles or months. Scheduled maintenance will depend on whichever is reached first. Let us now review the programming steps in setting up a routine maintenance schedule. Begin with the door in the fully closed position. Turn the selector dial on the logic board to program. Press and release the MAS button on the logic board. Press the stop button on the logic board to zero the MAS counter. Press the open button once for each 5,000 cycle increment desired. Press the close button once to set each 3-month increment desired. Press the MAS button on the logic board to complete programming. At this time, the open and close LEDs will blink to indicate programmed month and cycle schedule. The open LED will blink once for every 5,000 cycle increment programmed. The close LED will blink once for every 3-month increment programmed. To finish programming, turn the selector dial back to the desired wiring type. In addition to establishing a routine maintenance schedule, the Maintenance Alert System feature includes a self-diagnostic system that allows the installer to troubleshoot up to 8 different error codes. These error codes help speed up installation and troubleshooting. The LED on the 3-button control station and the MAS LED on the logic board will notify you of an error code by blinking slowly, followed by a pause. For example, 7 blinks represents that a fail-safe device has failed or is not connected properly. A guide to error codes can be found in the owner's manual and on the inside cover of the operator. In order for the 3-button control station to blink error codes for troubleshooting and routine maintenance, a 5th wire must be run from the MAS input on the low-voltage terminal strip to the 3-button control station. It is always important to make sure that safety warnings are clearly marked with caution and warning signs. LiftMaster's Elite Series Logic 3.0 commercial door operators come with expanded timer to close programming. This feature enables a commercial door to automatically close after a preset amount of time. The timer can be programmed in 5-second or 60-second increments. When the timer is active at full open or mid-stop position, the timer LED on the logic board will blink, indicating to the installer that the door is preparing to close. Please note, this feature requires model CPS-L or CPS-LN4 commercial photo eyes to be installed. Let us now review the programming steps in setting up the timer to close feature. Begin with the door in the fully closed position. Turn the selector dial on the logic board to program. Press and release the timer button on the logic board. Press the stop button on the logic board to zero the timer. Press the open button once for every 5-second increment desired. Press the close button once for every 60-second increment desired. Let's look at an example. We will program the timer to close for 70 seconds. Begin by pushing the close button once for 60 seconds. Then push the open button twice for 10 seconds. Press the timer button on the logic board to complete programming. The open LED will blink once for every 5 seconds programmed. The close LED will blink once for every 60 seconds programmed. To finish programming, turn the selector dial back to the desired wiring type. In certain applications, it is required to have 2 sets of photo eyes. Model CPS-3 and Model CPS-L should be used. The CPS-L is directly connected to the low-voltage terminal strip. In the CPS-3, the photo eyes included are directly connected to the CPS-3 option card. The option card is then plugged into the logic board. The timer defeat feature on the Logic 3.0 control board allows a door to be left open without timing out to close. This feature requires an optional timer defeat switch accessory. To use this feature, you need to connect the timer defeat wire to the timer defeat input and the common wire to the common input on the low voltage terminal strip. The automatic close timer is disabled when the timer defeat switch is switched on. The timer defeat LED on the logic board will turn on when the automatic close timer is disabled. The mid-stop feature on the Logic 3.0 control board allows the installer to program a stop position during the open cycle other than the open limit switch. Therefore, it allows for a door to open to a preset midpoint rather than continuing to the full open position. This feature is ideal for car dealerships and municipalities because it allows for savings on heating and cooling expenses. A down mid-stop feature is available as an option. This feature can be enabled with the addition of the red-green warning signal option card. Now we will review the programming steps in setting up the mid-stop feature. Begin with the door in the fully closed position. Turn the selector dial on the logic board to program. Press and release the MID button. The MID LED will turn on and the CLS LED will blink 3 times, indicating you are in programming mode. Press the Open button to begin opening the door. Then press the Stop button when the door reaches its desired mid-stop height. Press the MID button and the mid-stop is set. To finish programming, turn the selector dial back to the desired wiring type. To clear either an up or down mid-stop, turn the selector dial to Program. Press and hold the MID button for 5 seconds. The MID LED will flash rapidly and turn off. The mid-stop has now been cleared. Let us now review the programming steps in setting up the down mid-stop feature. Remember, a red-green warning signal option card is required to enable this feature. Begin with the door in the fully open position. Turn the selector dial on the logic board to Program. Press and release the MID button on the logic board. Press the Close button to begin closing the door. Press the Stop button when the door reaches the desired mid-stop height. Press the MID button and the mid-stop is set. To finish programming, turn the selector dial back to the desired wiring type. Please note, if the timer to close function is enabled, a door at the preset mid-stop location will begin to close after the preset time has expired. The car dealer mode is a feature that will save energy cost. This mode uses the SBC input on the logic board to bring and keep the door at its preset mid-stop. This feature is used with a treadle or loop detector accessories. When a treadle